What is up, you guys? Cinema Colin here to bring you my entire Blu-ray collection for 2016. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, so I wanted to start off the collection with just kind of a few odds and ends that I have. There's some double and triple features. And first up we have the triple feature of The Goonies, Gremlins, and Gremlins 2 The New Batch. Double feature of Dumb and Dumber and The Mask, two of my all-time favorite Jim Carrey movies. Then we have a Martin Scorsese triple feature with The Departed, The Goodfellas, and The Aviator. And finally, three of my favorite comedies in a triple feature. We have Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, National Lampoon's Vacation, and National Lampoon's European Vacation. And really quick, I do have two movies that don't have any cases. I bought them at the Red Box. First up is Thor and Iron Man 3. Two Guns, 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, one of the best comedy sequels in my opinion. 101 Dalmatians, 300, and 300 Rise of an Empire. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, really cheesy film, fun, just dumb movie to kick back and turn off your brain to. A Bug's Life, absolutely love this film, very underrated in my opinion. Air Force One, get off my plane. Terrible Harrison Ford impression, I'm sorry. Airplane, one of the greatest comedy films of all time, best parody film of all time in my opinion. Then we have Aladdin, absolutely love this film. Robin Williams was the man as the genie. Alien. Aliens, the only alien films I feel the need to own. All Quiet on the Western Front, probably the oldest film I have in my collection. Alvin and the Chipmunks, American Beauty, one of Kevin Spacey's greatest performances. American Sniper, absolutely love this film, very heart-wrenching story. A Million Ways to Die in the West, Anchorman 2, Ant-Man, absolutely love this film, one of the best Marvel films to come out to date. The Aristocats, Avengers, and Avengers Age of Ultron. In my opinion, I like this one better than the first, one of my all-time favorite movies. Battleship, fun movie, looks great on Blu-ray and great soundtrack. Batman, four film favorites, Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. Batman Begins. Batman Gotham Knight, really cool animated film about Batman. Batman Under the Red Hood. Big Daddy, one of my all-time favorite comedies, my favorite Adam Sandler film. Big Hero 6. Billy Madison. Black Hawk Down. Black Swan. Braveheart, one of my all-time favorite films. Bridesmaids. The Cabin in the Woods, very underrated horror film by Joss Whedon. Caddyshack. The Campaign, which is actually the first Blu-ray that I ever bought. Captain America the First Avenger, probably the most underrated film in the MCU. Captain America the Winter Soldier. Cars, the most underrated Pixar film in my opinion. I didn't like the sequel. The Cat in the Hat, A Christmas Story, and Christmas Vacation, my all-time favorite comedy movie, absolute classic. Daddy's Home, Daredevil, The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises, my personal favorite of the Nolan trilogy, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Dead Poet Society, Deadpool, one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time, Deck the Halls, Die Hard, the 25th Anniversary Edition. It has Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, and Live Free or Die Hard. I do not want A Good Day to Die Hard ever. That is a horrible film. Django Unchained, Dodgeball, Dragon Ball Z Season 1, Dragon Ball Z Season 2, Dragon Ball Season 3, my favorite season of the series, and I'm trying to collect the rest of the seasons. This was one of my favorite shows. Dread, I really think this film deserves a sequel. Very, very underrated film. Drive, Ryan Gosling's best performance in my opinion. Due Date, and Dumbo. Easy A, Elf, my favorite Will Ferrell film. E.T. and The Expendables 2, Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, probably the greatest high school film of all time. Absolutely love this film. Finding Nemo. The Fugitive. Full Metal Jacket, my favorite Stanley Kubrick film. And Fury, Gangs of New York. Gangster Squad, really underrated film in my opinion. Get Smart. Ghostbusters. G.I. Joe Retaliation. Gladiator, one of my favorite films of all time. Glory. Good Will Hunting, my favorite Robin Williams film. Absolutely incredible performance, one of the greatest of all time in my opinion. Godzilla 1998, I know it's a crappy film, but I grew up watching it. It is a big guilty pleasure. 2014 Godzilla. Gravity. The Great Outdoors. Green Lantern, and Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the best Marvel films to date. Halloween, the first digibook that I ever bought. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, and Happy Gilmore. The Hateful Eight. The Heat. Heavyweights, one of my favorite films growing up. Absolutely love this film. So many great quotable lines. The Hobbit Battle of Five Armies, the extended edition, the rated R version. Home Alone. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, the only Home Alones I want to own. Hot Fuzz, my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. And we have Hulk vs. really fun Marvel animated film where he goes up against Wolverine and Thor. We have Identity Thief, Inception, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. We're going to be doing one thing and one thing only, killing Nazis. Inglourious Basterds, probably my favorite film of all time. Absolute masterpiece. The Incredible Hulk, this was the first steelbook that I ever bought. The Incredibles, the best Fantastic Four film. It's not Fantastic Four. Inside Out. Iron Man. Iron Man 2. And as you guys saw earlier, I had Iron Man 3. The Island. And It's a Wonderful Life. Jaws, one of the best transfers of any Blu-ray that I've ever seen. Jingle All the Way, absolutely love this film, childhood favorite of mine. John Wick, really surprised me by how awesome this action flick was. I'm very curious to see how the sequel turns out. Jumping the Broom, I mainly bought it for Paula Patton, I'm not gonna lie. The Jungle Book. the Jurassic Park trilogy with Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park The Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3. And we have Jurassic World, which came in this tin. Just go with it. Probably the last Adam Sandler film in the past several years that's been any good. Justice League Doom. Justice League The Flashpoint Paradox. And Justice League The New Frontier. Kill Bill. Kill Bill Volume 2. King Kong. And Kingsman The Secret Service. Flawless. The Lego Movie. The Lion King. This is actually the first Blu-ray that I ever purchased from the UK. Lone Survivor. And the Lucy Steelbook. Mad Max Fury Road. Maleficent. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I thought was really underappreciated spy film that came out last year. I think it got overshadowed by the bombardment of spy films that we got. Man of Steel. Man on a Ledge. Marley and Me. This film, every time I watch it, makes me cry. Mean Girls. Yes, Mean Girls. I love this film. It is absolutely hysterical. Meet the Parents, my favorite Ben Stiller movie. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Monsters Inc. And My Dog Skip, Olympus Has Fallen. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, absolutely amazing performance by Jack Nicholson. One of the best picture winners of all time in my opinion. The Other Boleyn Girl. The Other Guys, one of my favorite comedies to come out in the past decade. And Oz the Great and Powerful. Pacific Rim. The Patriot. Paul Blart Mall Cop. A Peanuts Holiday Collection with It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and A Charlie Brown Christmas. Pinocchio, my all-time favorite Disney animated film that's not from Pixar. Platoon. Predator. Psycho. Public Enemies. Pulp Fiction. And The Punisher. Rain Man. Ratatouille. Red. And Red 2. Remember the Titans. Reservoir Dogs. Robin Hood. Rocky the Heavyweight Collection with Rocky, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky 5, and Rocky Balboa. I have yet to see Creed. I need to check that one out soon. RoboCop. Don't want any of the sequels or the remake. Rush Hour. Just want Rush Hour 2 to come out on Blu-ray already. And RV. Safe, my favorite Jason Statham film. The Sandlot. The Santa Claus 2. Saving Private Ryan, my favorite war film of all time. Absolute masterpiece. School of Rock, Jack Black's funniest film in my opinion. Scream, I don't need any of the sequels again with this series. Seven Psychopaths, great film. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. Very underrated. Shakespeare in Love, yeah. Sherlock Holmes, and Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. The Shining. Shrek. Shrek 2. The Silence of the Lambs. The Simpsons movie. Snow White. Space Jam, Southpaw, Speed Racer, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3, the only Spider-Man films I will be buying. Spy, Star Wars the prequel trilogy, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. Then the original trilogy with A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And Star Wars The Force Awakens. Step Brothers. Superman the movie. Superman 2. Superman Doomsday. And Superman Batman Public Enemies. Taken. Tarzan. Ted. And Ted 2. The Thin Red Line, the first Criterion that I've ever bought. Thor the Dark World. To Kill a Mockingbird, absolute classic. Definitely recommend watching this film. Tommy Boy. Toy Story. Toy Story 2. And Toy Story 3. Transformers. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Transformers Dark of the Moon. Uncle Buck. Under the Skin. And The Usual Suspects. Vacation, the remake. And Vegas Vacation, the way, way back. We Were Soldiers. We Were the Millers. Wild Hogs. The Wizard of Oz. My personal favorite Martin Scorsese movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. The Wolverine. Wonder Woman, and World War Z. X-Men The Experience Collection with X-Men, X2 X-Men United, X-Men The Last Stand, and X-Men First Class. Then we have X-Men Days of Future Past. And last but certainly not least, we have Zootopia. So you guys, there you have it, my entire Blu-ray collection for 2016. Thank you guys very much for watching. Definitely let me know what you guys thought in the comments below my collection. What films did you like? What films do you think I should add? And if you guys aren't already, definitely be sure to subscribe, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And you guys, as always, I am Cinema Colin, saying thanks for watching.